I've talked about the 7 reasons that microservices will not work for you as you expected that.
Louder.
So it's a talk that invites the listener to understand what they should do before they start to go microservices.
Okay, so really like why, I mean, should they consider
Yeah,
moving to a microservices
yeah,
infrastructure basically?
that's right.
So what are some of the situation where people would really want to have a microservices infrastructure?
Yeah, b- my talk is about how to think about microservices
Yep.
and all the consequences that you have when you start to using microservices is not about the technical part. It's all about the people engagement
Right.
and how they understand this approach of architecture can help them to develop a good or a best solution for their needs. And the first reason that I've talked there is about they don't know why they are doing microservices.
Ah, I see. So they're not really trying to solve a problem. They're just following the hype
Yeah,
of
yeah.
saying, okay, this is
Just I'm seeing all of the companies around the world doing microservices, and I want to do that in my company too. Why not? But this is a little crap when you think about to develop a microservices approach, because you need to know exactly what you expected
right,
when you are architecting your solution in this way.
right.
So the first thing I think is about the scale teams and the projects.
Okay.
It's a common issues inside all the companies, but I need to understand how prepared my company is to engage in this microservices hypo. So basically, my entire talk is about this context, how people can see all the benefits of microservices, but before that, I need to develop some skills inside my company to develop this approach well.
Okay. So when should they move to a microservices infrastructure?
Yeah, I think that the first movement is about the mindset.
Okay.
Mindset is important because you are dealing with another problems now. You have a distributed system, and you are under a monolithic mindset, and you need to change your mindset to discover the big challenges that you have when you approach two microservices.
Okay.
First, when you
So what does that mindset involve? I mean, does it mean you have a distributed system? So you have different teams working on different part of the project, and I mean, is it like more about the collaboration? So what is
Yeah.
that mindset? How is it different?
That's a good question, because you have two types of mindset. You have the individual mindset and the group mindset.
Right.
How I see my job inside the team and how the team see their job inside the company and how to communicate between the teams. And it's a mindset. How can I extract the information that I need to develop a new service? And this service is really, really important. And for me to develop these services, it is in right way to do that. These are the common questions. And the important question is not about that if I will distribute the solution, but if I need these services as I'm thinking that these services is.
Okay.
But in a specific point, how you can see the services inside the solution.
Okay, so you're talking about integrated systems. So
Yeah.
you develop an individual system, but yet it needs also to be able to talk and
For
to,
sure.
I mean, to be integrated in a
Yeah,
bigger solution.
because I need another team to do their job.
Right.
Because I need them.
Right.
To get this complete, because my service depends on the information that they hold. And
right.
I think like that. You need to develop this mindset to understand how can I involve another teams inside this concept to extract the information that I need, and how you can communicate over the services. And so, it's a specific human behavior.
So concretely, how do you manage that? I mean, do you have project managers that do that? Is that the role of an engineer to, I mean, in other words, that's really like everybody. Can you develop a process that use DevOps or I don't know, something else that will help you with?
For me, the first step is to develop the mindset of DevOps.
Okay.
The DevOps mindset.
Okay.
Because mindset gives us another way to think about the software and how we made it.
Right.
And
yeah, so usually it's like you put the process together to change the mindset. Otherwise, you can, I mean, people don't change really, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I have an interrogation continuous and a delivery continuous, I'm thinking in another way.
Right.
Because I need agility, and I need to deliver all the things in a time that's short,
right.
And I can bring it to the life in production as soon as possible, and it's a consequence of a mindset. When the way that you think about the software delivering and so on.
Okay. So what were some of the other reasons that you had for moving to microservices infrastructure?
We have a crisis of an identity in the market. It's another kind of trap that I'm seeing, because we have big players in microservices like Netflix, Amazon, and other companies around the world. But they are them, and I'm working another company, and I need to understand the needs of my company. And yes, they have open source solutions. If this solution is good for my company, I use that because it makes sense.
Right.
But if it's not fulfillment inside the requirements that I have in my company, I should not use. Just because Netflix uses that.
Right. Yes. Yes. It's not. Yeah. It's not because like a popular.
It's a crisis of identity.
Yeah. So that's
that I call that.
Yeah. That's the hype, right? I mean, it's like everybody.
Just to use the open source Netflix solution because they solved all the problems that you have in your company. But I don't know yet.
Yes.
I have no sure about this.
Right.
So I needed to understand my problems and to see if I need that solution that Netflix, for example, we have a lot of examples in the market, that's good for my company. And fulfill the requirements, and it's good for me and my team. We can handle that, we can support that, and all of my infrastructure is aligned with the solution. Because they are using Amazon, for example. If I don't use Amazon, I don't know if I should use that.
Okay.
In this kind of perspective.
Yep. Any other reasons? I think you have 7. So.
Yeah, we have lots of. Another thing is about the mental model, the way that we think about the solutions and the runtime. The runtime consequences.
Okay.
When we are in a monolith, we have some issues that it's already know about from us. We understand this world, but when we are moving to microservices, we are facing other problems that we didn't face yet.
Okay.
For example, distributed transactions. It's a common problem when you are distributing systems.
Mm-hmm.
And many times people asking me about how can I do distributed transactions. It's a mental model of monolith. We have a transaction, and we put all the data inside this transaction, they commit at the end, and everything's done. But when I distribute that, I'm splitting this transaction in various transactions around the run times. And the most important thing now is about to think that we don't have transactions distributed. You just have isolated transactions, and when I need to hold back this change, I'm not hold backing in the same way that I'm hold backing in the monolith. I'm hold backing a state. We have a state before and after. And when I want to hold back, I'm hold backing the state. And I need to update things, insert things, delete things, and think in database, for example. Okay. And I need to make all of this now in my application, not in database. It's it's a different way that you need to think about the solution. And we have in here in Brazil huge companies that they are doing distributed transactions for years, and they do it. I'm not hold backing. I'm just unmaking that. It's different. It's a kind of perspective different.
Different way of thinking about transactions.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the way that we are dealing with transactions in a distributed system. It's another reason that I guess that microservices will not work for people that don't understand this new mental model. Cool. And DevOps was another that we just talked about now.
So what about DevOps? How does DevOps fit with microservices?
I think the start point is DevOps for microservices. There's no way to escape off that. It's, in my opinion, it's a prerequisite, a pre-requirement. And if you don't have a DevOps mindset inside your project line, you are under a zero risk of failure, because you need to make your services up as fast as possible. And you need to monitor everything that is going on there. And if my service is going down, I need to make it start up as soon as possible, and I need to manage that. And when I'm concerning to update my service, I need to have a mechanism to do that fast.
Right.
And DevOps give us this mindset to develop things in a certain way that we have agility to dealing with problems.
Right.
And this is the main mindset for me that DevOps gave us.
Okay, this is good. Thank you. Thank you for coming and talking to us about microservices and DevOps.
That's a great time, and I appreciate your efforts. And see you guys over there in the world. And like I said here, I'm an IT hacker. See you next time.
So stay with us. We will have more interviews later on. So